brachycardia, brachy or bad. That's how I associate brachy, bad. Brachycardia, heart rate below 60. Now moving into the C's. Calibrated, marked with lines and numbers for measurement. So if you have a bottle and it has 10 ounces, 20 ounces, 30 ounces, or 500 milliliters, 600 milliliters, it's calibrated. Calibrated. If you think of a lot of people are into guns, a caliber is a measurement of the round. If you have a 9mm, for example, and you'll deal a lot with guns in your nursing. If you have a 9mm, it's a caliber. It's calibrated to be 9mm. But for this, it's marked with lines. We're doing like a vial, a cup, a bottle, something marked with lines. It says 500, 600, 700 milliliters, ounces, grams, whatever the calibration is on there. Okay, calorie. Everybody should know calories. Should be keeping up your calories. Calories. Unit of measuring the energy produced when food is digested in the body. So 3,600 calories, I believe, is a pound, but that doesn't come off right. 3,600 calories weighs a pound in your body, but 3,600 calories is not a pound in that term. A calorie is a burst of energy. Think about that. When you go running or you walk around in the hospital, you're using energy that people that just have muscle and no, excuse me, I'm about to sneeze, people who have muscle but no fat on them. That's why you have your body is layered with fat. Those are energy deposits, and that energy is calories. It is a unit of energy, and an energy is calorie. Calorie is like a little battery, and 3,600 makes a pound. And the reason why you have to use up all your calories if you go exercising, and you have to eat more calories if you want to pack on muscle, is because you eat the calories, and the calories give you energy to continue exercising. So it's a unit of energy. And if you have 3,600 calories and you work out, the reason you're losing that muscle is because you're using all that unit of energy that is stored up in those 3,600 calories. And for example, if you have a Diet Pepsi, you get calories. Well, this one I think says 0 calories. Lame, that's not even. Okay, that says 0 calories. So I'm not going to be getting, supposedly, I'm not going to be getting any fat from this. So when I'm exercising, this won't be part of my exercise. I'm not going to be burning off the Diet Pepsi. But in different circumstances, like the sodium, the carbohydrates, I will be, but that's a whole different story. As far as the calories go, if I have something with 30 calories that equals up to 3,600 calories that I have in a pound later on that I have to burn off, whether it's vegetables that gave me those calories or a Coke, if I'm burning off the Coke's energy, I'm not going to be doing too well, because that's not a good calorie to burn off. It's not a very high energy. It is energy, but it's not something that can be usable like something nutritious like vegetables. So there's good calories, bad calories, empty calories, where you don't get any energy from them, but they still pack. And so calorie is a unit of measurement. Very, very important that you know what a calorie is. And then a calorie count is counting or adding up a total of all calories consumed in the 24-hour period. So basically, I have 0 calories right here. If I had a Coke with 30 calories, okay, I put that on a measuring board with the steak I had that the box said it's 100 calories, and then hot sauce, I had a few drips of that ended up being 20 calories. I write it all down, and by the end of the day, after a 24-hour period, however many I've written down, be it 1900 calories, 3200 calories, whatever, I write that down, and that is my calorie count for the day. And whether I'm doing anything like exercising or just sitting on the couch, I'm still burning calories either way. But obviously with exercising, you're burning more. And if you just sit there, you're going to be burning about 2,000 calories, or you should be eating 2,000 calories a day, at least, just to sustain your body. But if you're exercising, you may be pushing it to 3,000, things like that. And just calorie count is the amount of calories that you have in a day. Remember, a calorie is a burn unit of measurement. Okay. Cancer refers to malignant neoplasms or tumor. I'm not really comfortable with that. I feel they should have gone more into that. Cancer is where the reason it's a tumor is because it's basically you have one cell like this, okay, it should be a circle, that it'll start dividing, and then eventually as the DNA, all the information is given off, then eventually it divides, and now you have two single cells, right, that have just divided, and they both have the same stuff on it, and then those will divide and divide and divide and divide, and eventually that's what grows a tumor. It's just the improper dividing that won't stop, and eventually your cells just continue to divide and divide and divide and divide and divide, and they can only divide a certain amount of times, and eventually it weighs too heavy on your body, the dividing, and eventually you die from it. That's what cancer is your cells have divided too much that you have a giant tumor, or you have a tumor in the brain they can't get to, or there's so much dividing, your body is just so infected that it's just basically dying from all the dividing. That's what cancer basically is. Okay, a cannula. A flexible tube that can be inserted into a body cavity and used to draw fluids out or give oxygen or fluids. I'm sure you've seen those medical shows where that person's unconscious and they stick that pipe down their throat and they tape it. That kind of thing. That's a cannula. A flexible tube can be bent so it can get into the lungs and all that. That can be inserted into a body cavity, so through here or through here. Hopefully not rectally. And used to draw fluids. Say you have, and you need a stomach pump. You had too much to drink, and you have alcohol poisoning. They'll pump your stomach. So used to draw fluids out or give oxygen or fluids. Oxygen, lungs, fluids, stomach. If you need if you need, as they're doing surgery, you need something to keep you alive. They could put something in there. They wouldn't. I doubt they would do it during surgery because you would vomit it up. But if they need your body to digest something, for example, they can't just when you're in a coma, they don't just leave you with sticking IVs in your arms. They have to put something in your stomach. Otherwise, your stomach will eat itself up, and it'll burn a hole through it, and eventually you could die from it. So a cannula is bendable pipe, goes in through the nose or in through the mouth, either to draw something out or to put something in. Cannula. Last one is going to be cancers. The inner aspect of the eye closest to the nose. The inner aspect of the eye closest to the nose. I'm not particularly sure what that is, so I can't comment on that. I haven't gone through the whole CNA class yet, but just cancers, the inner aspect of the eye closest to the nose. I'll write more in the description when I find out more about it. Okay. So this is Medical Johnny, and let's go over the things that we've been. Remember, pause the video, try and see if you can remember the words, and I'll be putting the things in the description below. It is binder, bioterrorism, bladder distension, blood and lymph tissue, blood pressure, body alignment, body language, bony prominences, boot up, brachycardia, calibrated, calorie, calorie count, cancer, cannula, and tenthus. Okay, so I hope you guys have been studying, and I will be back with more C's later on.